Okay, I have restarted the computer. I am going to minimize these windows and record the entire screen. After having installed Revit, and I'm going to minimize these browser windows. And here you can see the Revit shortcut is installed. I'm going to double click it. This is after having restarted the computer, 36 minutes after having begun the installation process. It takes a minute. Don't double click it multiple times. It takes a while for Revit to load. It's a top-heavy program. So there you see the screen coming into view. I don't expect that this may be that just the first time that it loads, it takes that amount of time. Let's see where we are in terms of disk space. Got only used less than a couple hundred gigabytes computer space. Revit is starting up, right? At this point, you must, to use the educational version of Revit architecture, you have to sign in with your Autodesk ID. Okay, this is remembering, there's no point in me typing in what you can't see. This is remembering the last time I signed in, verifying my account. Right, you get prompted to begin using the product. And just okay. Again, accept the defaults. Notice that I'm still at a browser screen. It hasn't returned me to the program itself yet. Not yet, anyway. Username changed, I'm not sure. While we have that prompt, it may have had a default value. The username. Still waiting. redirected you to your desktop product. Okay, let's see that in fact that we've done that. Your Revit username was okay. And there we are, opening Revit. Revit Architecture 2024. Let's make sure that we're recording. Revit window. Let's share Revit. Okay. So this is what you typically get when you start Revit architecture for the first time. I'm going to click on Don't Show This again. Well, actually, no. Let's just go ahead and start. Select the disciplines that apply to the work that you do. There's no reason to click other than architecture at this point. Job role. Let's select interior designer. And click no thanks to this stuff. When you start a new Revit project, okay, you have Revit 2024 creates a lot of default templates. So when we're starting a new model, we want to open the simplest one possible. So you click on Open. When prompted, for a template, I would click let's see, the Imperial Library. Oops. Are you looking for content? Go to .autodesk. Revit project. Route analysis, structural precast. I don't want any of those. Let's cancel out of this. Sorry, I clicked on open. I'm going to select new. Here we go. Multidiscipline, metric multidiscipline. We're going to select none. So a new project. Use the Imperial system. And this is the default condition that historically we've been using Revit to create this simple default project. It has views, floor plans, level 1, doesn't have a level 2, so it's prompting you to start drawing on level 1. And we have a ceiling plan for level 1. We don't have a site plan. I'm going to ignore that message. Let's see what our other startup options are. File, new, project. When I selected none and I hit browse, we didn't get to that point. So I'm going to select none, hit browse, and select default, and hit open. Okay. Here is what you want to start with. So I'm not sure why we weren't offered that option straight away. But there's your familiar level 1, level 2, and site plan, right? The zoomed out view. That's what we need to start Revit architecture. I'm going to quit out of Revit again. And I'm going to start Revit and begin recording. Switch the screen. To Revit. Okay, so we started Revit Architecture 2024. We are going to open a new model. We're going to create a new project. And we're going to select none as a template and hit OK. Imperial. It's only giving us level 1. Let's try again. File, new, project. Select none. Browse. Default. Maybe that was the problem. I didn't select browse. So there's what we want, default. So why am I going through this? Why am I pausing through all this? You don't want to open up an unnecessarily complicated project template that has dozens of views that you don't need. The default template is what we want. Let's hit OK. And that's what we want to save. That's what you should see. Level 1, level 2 in site as your floor plan. I'm going to try one more time. Double-clicking Revit 2024. Be careful not to double-click more than once. That is the source of a lot of confusion when you start more than one instance of Revit architecture. Doesn't look like I had done so yet. Let's start Revit. There it is. Okay. You've opened Revit 2024. You want to start a new model. You don't open, don't click on open, you create new. And we want to browse to default. Open, okay. Level 1, level 2, and the site are your default floor plans, along with the elevations east, west, north, and south. Took a long time to get to that point, but it's important that you understand how to get there. I'm going to stop this recording. And we'll create some other lessons, which will include installing AutoCAD and Adobe Creative Cloud products.